Hello, and welcome to the webinar on how to get the best out of your Office 365 subscription. In this webinar, we are going to talk about how Office 365 is offering us different applications which can be really helpful for all of us in streamlining our day-to-day work. My name is Manoj Acharya. I have more than 12 years of experience servicing clients across the globe. I help clients about how they can leverage the benefits of Office 365 in their business. Let's start with a little introduction of Office 365. Office 365 is a subscription-based service which has been restructured by Microsoft on the SaaS platform. SaaS stands for Software as a Service, which means that now the Microsoft Office is a service which we need to subscribe to in order to use all the Office apps. Let's look at the list of all the Office apps. Okay, here is the list. There are some of the default Office applications like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, OneNote, Access, and for enterprise and team collaboration, SharePoint Online, Microsoft Teams. For file storage, we have OneDrive. For emailing and calendaring, we have Exchange, Outlook, Calendar. For business application platforms, we have Microsoft Power Apps, Flow, Forms. Task and project management, we have Task, To Do, Project Online. For analytics, we have Power BI, one of the most powerful business intelligence analytics software from Microsoft. For employees, we have People. It's a profiling software for the employees, or if you want to keep the profile for each of the contact we have. There are some applications for small businesses also, like Booking, Visio. So these are the Office apps. Okay, Microsoft Flow. Microsoft Flow is a new age cloud service from Microsoft to establish connection and workflow between different apps. With Microsoft Flow, whether you start from a template or create your own multi-step flow across several apps, it's simple. Microsoft Flow can really help get things connected. Let's see Microsoft Flow in action. Okay, let's see how Microsoft Flow works. Let's go to flow.microsoft.com. Okay, we need to log in with our Microsoft account, password. Oh, okay, looks like I'm logged in. Okay, let me go to my flows. Okay, to create a new flow, let's select new. What's this? Okay, dismiss. Okay, let's select automated from blank. So here we need to give the name to the flow, test flow to sync data. Let's name it test flow to sync data. Oh, sorry, that's a typo. Let me fix it. Okay, now there are several triggers to choose from. There are several triggers from several apps. Whatever the trigger, whatever the app we want to choose, the flow will get triggered from that action and then perform the rest of the actions. So we will select when an item is created or modified under SharePoint, because we are actually trying to create an item from a source list to a SharePoint add-in. Okay, so this is where we have to put site address, but we need to create a connection first. Okay, let's go to create a connection, add a new connection, and sign in. Taking some time, just look out. Okay, now the connection has been established. Let me enter the URL of the connection. Let me confirm this thing. Okay, Okay, here is the site. Great. Yeah. Okay. Enter custom value. Here we can enter the URL. I just copied the URL. Now it will fetch the list name, and I have to select my list, the test project list which I created for the flow. Let me select. Oh, I selected the wrong one, I guess. No, it is test project list. Okay. Okay. Move to the next step. Okay. Since the trigger will happen when a new record is entered in the SharePoint list, we need to choose the action get items. Enter the URL and SharePoint list. From here you have to get the data, and action will check the list for newly added data. Now to get an item from a particular SharePoint list, we need to select SharePoint, so that from the first trigger it will actually perform the next action. So let's get an item. Get item. Okay, it should show the SharePoint. Yes, there is this SharePoint. Get items. Okay, now we need to enter the URL of the site, the same site which we did, but this time copy. Okay, select the test project list. Next step. Okay, now we selected the item, the trigger, then selected the item. Now we need to choose the action. So action is to create a new item in SharePoint. This time also we need to select the URL of the site in SharePoint list where we want to create the item. Okay, so here we have to select the value. Okay. Okay. Create an item. Try and populate. Okay. Select create an item for SharePoint and select the target SharePoint URL and the target SharePoint list. Let me copy it from here. Okay. That's our SharePoint target SharePoint site and list. Okay, so as soon as we selected SharePoint list, the target list, it has shown us some more fields. If you want to add some additional data also in the destination list, like title, active, estimated hours. Okay, let me select the title. Okay, here it is. Okay, estimated hours 0, project row ID 0, project ID 0, row version, save. It's trying to save. Okay, yes, save the file. Let me check something if I missed something. Okay, now this is a special feature. When we want to fetch the data, any data, and if you want to fetch selected data out of the source list, we can do it from filter query. Okay, now let's save this flow. Let's see if the flow is in action now. And to do that, we need to go to the source list, this project list, and add a new record in the source list. Okay, let me add a new record. Okay, edit. new record, test project 6. Okay, save. And now we need to see if the flow has been triggered. Let's see. Okay, so scroll down. Okay, the flow is running, and let's refresh. It should succeed. Okay, yes, the flow is succeeded. Okay, let's check to see if flow created a new item in the destination list. So this is a destination list. I will continue. Let me check if the new record which I created is here. Okay, here, test project 6, the newest record which I created. So it means the flow is successfully working. Let me check few more parameters. If we created an item from a source list to destination list successfully. Okay, I'm just checking some settings. Okay, let me see the flow status. Okay, your flow ran successfully. That's great. So this is how Microsoft Flow works. And recently Microsoft Flow has been rebranded by Microsoft as Power Automate. So this is how Microsoft Flow actually works. Thank you. Okay, our next app is Power BI, popularly known as Business Intelligence, Power Business Intelligence. Well, BI is another effort of Microsoft to provide us the intelligence feature into this app, which can turn our data into a visual form where we can see all the data, all the metrics of our data in a visualized form. Well, we are always searching something which can turn our data into a visual representation, and Power BI is the answer to those all queries for all the users. So, well, let's see how Power BI works in action. Hello all. Okay, I'm now logged into my Power BI desktop app, and now we are going to see how we can play with the data and see our data into a visualized form, and can see the actual intelligence which is running into our business. Okay, so to get started, we need some data to play with. So just click on Get Data, select Excel, and here is the data. Okay, it's pulling up the data. Okay, taking time. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to select the sheet 1, which has loads of data, and I'm going to load it. And now the sheet is getting loaded, and Power BI is actually trying to connect to the data and trying to create internal connections between the data, because we have lots and lots. It's a big data file which I'm using to play around. Okay, so this is our canvas, and now what we are going to do is we're going to play with the data. Let's start. Okay, this is your data, and these are the different visualizations which we can use. So let me select country. Okay, so here is the country. What I can see by selecting this feature is that I have a company, and it has sales across continents like North America, Europe, London, and South America. So I can see my sales across the countries. I'm going to drop sales into it, and now all these countries have their sales figures into it. Okay. Okay, now as we have loaded sales and country, now we need to segment the data according to the sales figures. Okay, here is the segment. I just drag the segment into it, and let's see this segment in a pie chart. Great. And now I'm going to bring the values of sales into the value. Here it is. Okay, so this is my visualization, first visualization of the data which I have. So these are the segments into the data: government, small business, enterprise, mid-market, channel partners. These are some of the segments into the data. Okay, let's create another thing. Now, let's create, okay, let's see the data into a date-wise format, or say around, let's see some sort of metrics out of our data. So these are the metrics I'm going to pull right here and write them here. And this is the metrics which I'm trying to find. Okay, now these are the metrics pulling out the sales figures out of this. So these are the total sales figure. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another matrix which will actually tell me what are the units sold in a particular year. Okay, 1.13 million units sold, and the total sales was 118.73 million. That's a good figure. Okay, so now let's see some sales figure more as per country. Okay, now let's see some more data according to the date. So here is the data which I'm trying to pull. Okay, let me make some space for date column. Here it is. Great. And now I'm going to put sales into it. Wow, it just popped up. Now you can see that it is already showing the year 2013 and 2014. Now, when I click on this, it's going to create a hierarchy. While uh, it will further divide all the years into quarters: quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, quarter four. And further, when I click on it, it will actually divide the data into months, January to December. And now, if I want to add, if I want to go back to the hierarchy, then this is something which is called. Okay, let's select this year. Okay, so in this year, this was the sales. In January, I had a sales which is 6.61 million. Wow, lots of sales. And in February, the sales were 7.3 M, and in March, the sales were 5.59 million. So this is how Power BI actually helps us get the insights out of a data. Well, right now I have just used Excel, just a single data source, but Power BI can connect to any data source. Let's see what are the data sources we can connect to Power BI. Oh, let me first save this one. Okay, sample BI. It is saved. Okay, now let's see. Working on it. Okay, now see, Excel, Power BI datasets, Power BI data flow, SQL Server. Wow, it can pull data from SQL Server. Analysis services. Now, analysis services comes from Azure Analysis Services, and it is used to show a big picture of a large amount of data. Now, we can also get data from text and CSV format files, web, OData, blank query, and more. Okay, so these are some of the things which we can do inside the business, inside Power BI. Let me play around this data some more. Let's remove this one. Okay, now if I want to play with the data and want to see some of my sales, so I'm going to see my sales. Ah, great. Now these are the sales, but I want to see them into a date format. So here it is. And the profits. Okay, let us add discount. Oh, here it is. Okay, so in a particular time, I have sales of 19.49 million. The profit is 2.63 M, and I have given discounts worth 1.64 million. Wow, that's a great figure. So this is how it works. Now, if I want to see what are the products which are coming out of this sales figure, I can just uh, add this product into it and add this product matrix into right here. Okay. Okay. So this was the profit. And how much is the profit? 2.5, more than 2.5 million. So this is how the data gets pulled into Power BI. Let's play around with some more data. I can just remove this one and this data around this one. Wow. And according to country, wow. Now let's see this one. This is a simple data which actually showing me what are the sales which I have done across the multiple countries, United States of America, Canada, France, Germany, and Mexico. If I click on this, now when I click on any country, the supporting data from this one and from this one is also changing. So this is called Spotlight. If I click on this brown, so sales according to this one will change in this column also and this one also. If I click on purple, so it's going for Germany. For Germany, the sales are a little below $4 million. When I click on blue, for United States, the sales is around $3 million. So this is the beauty of Power BI, where it connects multiple sources of data and it gives us insight into different formats. So let's add some more things. Let's say divided by segments. Now see which segment I have made sales from. Government sector, more than 10 million, small business, then channel partners, then mid-market, then enterprise. This is how the data is actually getting visualized automatically. So we don't have to create visualization by doing some sort of designing work. Power BI is equipped with everything which we need to see our data flowing away. So let's add some more things into it. If I add dates into it, so let me remove months and quarters. So this is how the data is. Okay, now if I see the data into this format and I want to see it in a pie format, it will automatically change. Now if I click on this one, the data around here will also change, and the country will also change according to its sales figures. Let's add discount also. Yeah, okay. So now the figures are changed according to the discounts which we have allowed. That's a beauty. Okay, so when I remove profit from this, now the discount rates are different. And now, okay, when I click on sales, it will show the actual sales figure. This particular data which I'm using has lots and lots of data for 2 years. And so if you have big data, if you say around you have data for 10 years, you can always segregate the data by pulling the date around here and selecting the year. So, and this is not just one way to actually see the data. So let's actually gauge through all the types of visualization which we can use. So this is colored visualization. If I want to see it in this one, and next this one, wow, multicolored, great. Now this is my favorite, 9.21 millions, and this looks like a fuel gauge of a car. Looks beautiful. Now this is also another thing, quite clear to understand. Channel partners, 0.13 million sales. And now this dial, let's see what this dial does. Wow. Let's change it to this one. And let's change it this one. Okay. So this is how the data flows into Power BI. So, and the kind of setup which you see, like this entire screen, let me just remove this thing. Now this becomes our dashboard, what kind of insights we want to see daily out of our business needs, whether it is sales, products, sales locations, or any year or any timeline which we want to see. So we can always save this thing as our dashboard. So this is Power BI, and this was the data which we actually saw into the visualized form. If you ever wanted to see the actual data behind this graphic, so we can always go to this three dots, then show data, and this will actually show us the data right here. Back to report, and this is what we call Power BI, Power Business Intelligence. Thank you. Okay, our next app is Microsoft Teams. Teams is an all-in-one app from Microsoft which has everything like chat, meetings, file storage, calling, all the features in one app. If you are having a meeting with someone and we want to send them files and we want to call them, we want to chat with them, all can be done under one app, and it's Microsoft Teams. Well, with Microsoft, we can do lots and lots of things. We can manage contacts, chat and call, host meetings, store and share files, manage teams, manage channels under teams, manage projects, work groups, collaboration, and many more. Well, now it's time to see the teams in action. Let's see. Okay, next app in our list is Power Apps. Power Apps is a powerful new way to turn business expertise into custom applications. With Power Apps, your team can quickly and easily create apps without writing a single line of code. That's right, the power to transform your business is in your hands now. Well, let's see how to do it. Okay, I'm in the Power Apps interface right now, and to create an app, first of all, we need to be logged into our Microsoft account, and then we need a connection for the Power Apps. So let's click on connections, left side on data, under data, click on connections and click on new connection. Okay, now we can see that there are already lots and lots of connections already available to create. Office 365 user, 365 Outlook, Smartsheet, SharePoint, file system, Azure. We are going to select SQL. Okay, SQL Server authentication, SQL Server. Just let's name the server new.ignatius.com. Let's name this database testdb. Add a username, password. Need to select a strong one. Okay, click create. Connection to the SQL server, and here it is. Let's see where is our connection. Scroll down. Okay, here it is. TestDB, that's our connection. Let's click on it. Okay, now to create an app, we need to select start from data, go to home, start from data. Why we selected? Because we have already established a connection with SQL Server. So we need to start with the data because we already have data. Now let's select SQL Server phone layout because we already have SQL Server connection in place. Let's see where is our connection. Here it is, TestDB. Click on it. Now you can see lots and lots of fields right here. They are coming from the database connection which we created. Now we will select ranks, try and establish connection. Yeah, okay. So now what Power Apps will do, it will create three different screens.
It will create an app with three different screens. One would be the browser screen, and another would be the details screen, and the third screen will be for deleting the records. All this is being done without writing a single line of code. So here is what we can see this in the screen is this is the browsing screen right now. It doesn't have much data right now, and this is being fetched from the ranks field. On the right side, we can see that there is a gallery area. As soon as we click on this screen, this is the gallery area, and we can always change the layout from the right side, whatever the layout which we can select as per a requirement. If we want title, subtitle, body, image, whatever the sequences we want for our app, we can select, and it will apply the changes onto the main screen. Okay, so right now you can see that there is no data on the screen. So from the right side, we need to click on edit, and it's showing all the available fields from the ranks for this one, and according to our requirement, we can change the we can also change the title of the screen. Let's change it to ranks only. Okay, let's save it. Okay, so now there are three types of buttons there. One is to refresh, and another one, second button, is to sort the data according to our need, A to Z, Z to A. The third one is to add a new record. If you want to add a new record, we can always click on plus. Now there is an arrow next to the rank managing director. Now as soon as we click on it, it will actually allow us to change it if we want to change it. Arrow. Now it is showing all the fields which are available, which are associated with that rank. Now here also we can change the screen title, basically title of the screen. Let's name it details. And there are two buttons, one for delete and another to update the record. Let's edit the fields. Now if we don't need so much fields, we can always remove them. Just click on the three dot like I'm doing, and let's remove all these one. Whatever the fields you want to keep from the table, you can keep, and rest you can remove. And this is your table. You can sort it, you can place it exactly where you want, and this is your details screen. Now let's play. This is your details screen. Now I just clicked on second button. It is allowing me to change the records. Once again, let's change the title. This is the form to enter the new record. This is the same form which we can use to enter the record as well as edit any record. And we can also delete and edit any field which we want. The same one, three dots, remove any field which you don't want in the table. Let's remove modified date also. Great. Now we have only three fields: link rate, rank ID, rank name. And this is the final one. We can also reorder this thing according to what is a required. Like I can move all the fields up and down, and that's how it works. So now let's click on cross and go back. So this is how the app is designed. And now there's a search function which you can see right there as I just app and trying to search something. Okay, I found two records with the search which I fired on. So in this way, this search actually searches all the record. Now to enter the new record, just click on plus, rank ID, and then rank name. Let's name it senior advisor. Link rate, let's enter 1000, and it is saved. Now we can see that there's a fifth rank which appeared here. Let's click on the arrow and see. Yeah, this is what the data which we entered for the senior rank. Now let's edit the data. Rank ID senior advisor. Let's change the link rate to 200. Okay. Save. And now your link rate is also changed. Line rate basically. Okay, so this is how the search function works. Now, do you see that play button? Now, this is the way which we can test our app, whether it's working fine or not. This is the particular way to actually test your apps, which you make on Power Apps. So this is the first screen, and this is how you can create an app in Power Apps. So now it's time to actually name our website. Let's name it demo app for Power Apps. Let's create. Okay. Save as. Let's save the file as demo app for Power Apps. Okay. It's saving your Power App right now. So this is how we create an app without writing a single line of code. This is the interface, and creating an app in Power Apps doesn't take any time, and we don't have to be an expert of programming. If you do need programming, that's an added advantage, but Power Apps doesn't restricts us to be a programmer to create the app. Here we just need to know what we want to create, what we want to bring, what we want to delete, what we want to sort, and we are done. Thank you.